I've been kind of harsh towards Nintendo lately, so for a change, today, let's be positive.
What? A Haedox video being optimistic?
If you, for some reason, need your dose of negativity from me, check out this video I did on the Switch where I said I liked it, but I was afraid for its future. Now hold on, that doesn't sound too negative, and that's because my intent really wasn't to be too negative. I expressed concern about the Switch's launch lineup and strategy where I specifically said the console looks promising and I want it to succeed. You're free to disagree with my assessment of Nintendo Switch's launch plan, or whether or not my video was too negative, but I think we all can come to the common ground that we want the console to find success. Like I said before, if the console sells a zillion units, then everyone benefits. Nintendo benefits because, well, duh. And we, as consumers, benefit from hopefully more exciting games from first, second, third, and fourth party developers. Now, the point of this video is to detail some of the things I really like about the Switch so far, not the culture surrounding it, just the Switch itself. And no, this isn't a review of the Switch. Yet. I like to keep my reviews concrete and planted in reality. Whenever I do a review, I like to discuss the things the product I'm reviewing actually has, not the theoretical things it could have had. There's been a lot of new information that's come out for the Switch that, in my opinion, shines a better light than before on it. Despite the absence of Miiverse, God bless its soul, and weird online policies, not pricing, I think Nintendo has constructed some good hardware. The portability of the console is one of its strongest features. I think there's a comparison to make between the 3DS and the Switch in terms of its portability and potential for success and great games. Back when it first came out when I was in middle school, I took the thing everywhere I would go. I know there's this stigma that the 3DS can't fit in your pockets, but somehow even with the 3DS XL I managed. I had a lot of fun with that system on the go, and I think the Nintendo Switch will do that for me too. It is a thick piece of hardware, but I don't think its size is enough to make me not want to take it around if I'm traveling somewhere. I don't think I've had a Nintendo handheld that I've not taken on the go. The portability also opens its way towards new gameplay opportunities. The portability, if done right, could be amazing. Imagine GameCube Virtual Console on the go. Imagine Zelda Breath of the Wild on the go. There's so much potential for the system to blossom. Just to go back up for a little bit on that point of Virtual Console, I think the Switch could be a new beginning for Virtual Console for Nintendo. I'm really hoping Nintendo takes a look at its business model for the Virtual Console and tries to improve things. Right now, classic titles are a tad bit expensive, and not to mention the fact that some games that some people really want to play, like Harvest Moon 64, took years to actually get on the Virtual Console for the Wii U. I'm optimistic that Nintendo will take the Virtual Console on the Wii U and refine it a little bit. Perhaps give everybody the chance to play the Virtual Console games immediately. And like I said before, GameCube Virtual Console would be amazing. Sure, a lot of the GameCube games were specifically designed for the GameCube controller, but I'm sure Nintendo could find a way to make it work. I'm just imagining playing Super Mario Sunshine on the Switch on the go, which would be fantastic. Not only that, but imagine the other games Nintendo could be planning. An Animal Crossing game on the Switch could work wonderfully. On the 3DS, Animal Crossing New Leaf basically pioneered the way for the 3DS's eventual success. New Leaf was perfect for the 3DS. Accessing your inventory on the touchscreen and local wireless multiplayer made Animal Crossing on the New Leaf so good. Hi, I'm Haedox. You might have noticed I made a little mistake in my talking there, my basic English functions. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but be sure to use the promo code Haedox cannot read his script properly to get 10% off your order today. If Nintendo could transfer the elements that work successfully on the 3DS with New Leaf and put them onto something like Animal Crossing for the Switch, just imagine how perfect that could be. Now, I'm saying imagine a lot, and as we know, it's not always the best to theorize about things that could come. It's not always the best to have your expectations set really high only to have them shatter and your disappointment grow even larger. I think that's what happened with a lot of people with the Wii U when it first came out. Upon its launch, people were excited for for the potential of the Wii U. People expected it to be another success story like the Wii, but that didn't happen, as we all know. And that's unfortunate, but with the Switch, I feel like it's going to be different. Not only has Nintendo conveyed better marketing for the Switch, better games to come out in the future like Super Mario Odyssey, and provided a lot more clarification on the Switch to make sure no consumer gets mixed up with whether or not this is going to be a Wii peripheral, there seems to be a lot more excitement towards the Switch than I saw before with the Wii U. That could just be the bubble I'm in, but I know a lot of people are excited for this thing, and rightfully so. They have a right to be excited. I know I'm sort of a cynical guy, but even I'm excited to see what Nintendo has to offer for the future. Despite my previous video where I said Nintendo could be setting up the Switch for failure, I have a feeling that it will actually end up successfully. Or at least that's what I like to hope. There are issues with the Switch, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to suck off Nintendo for the whole entire video. The supply is extremely low, and you could chalk that up to trying to increase demand for the console, but I think it's backfired in a way. You see a lot of people upset they couldn't get the Switch on day one when they really want to. There's also issues with the launch lineups, the online system, and so on. But I think eventually, when Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and more Nintendo games, perhaps like Animal Crossing, I think you'll see that the Switch's sales will only increase. I don't mean to keep belittling the Wii U, but the rumored pre-order numbers and the amount Nintendo has expected to sell day one looks promising. Another mistake I see Nintendo correcting that they learned from the Wii U is how games are developed for the Switch. From what I've heard and seen from other indie developers, the development kit for the Switch is substantially less than the development kit was for the Wii U. This means that the entry point for developing for the Switch has been significantly lowered as opposed to the Wii U, which, as we all know, was sort of difficult to develop for. Back in like 2013, 2014, you saw developers like Ubisoft and EA saying that developing for the Wii U was tricky and they didn't want to do it anymore. This caused a massive decline in third-party development. From the way it looks right now, even though the hardware doesn't match the power of the PS4, I think you're going to see more third-party developers coming out of the woodworks and putting out games for the Switch. And you might be wondering, what's the point of harping on third-party support so much? I know a lot of Nintendo fans probably don't care about Madden or NBA or FIFA or whatever. I sure as hell don't. But third-party support is important to try to tackle the other markets, that being not Nintendo fans. I know a lot of people I go to school with just buy consoles to play the regular old Call of Duty, Battlefield, or what have you. I really want Nintendo to try to appeal to that market as well, because that only means sales will go up. I'm not sure how long the third-party support will last or how far it will go into the Switch's lifespan, but one can dream. There was this interesting article I read the other day where Todd Howard wouldn't tell sources whether or not the Switch version of Skyrim would be the remaster or just the original. I'm hoping it's the remaster so as to justify that price tag and not have people just say, "Oh, look at the Nintendo Switch, it's not that great, can't even run the remaster port of Skyrim, what are you, fucking nerd? Fucking play the Nintendo Switch and fucking buy the PS4, Xbox One." You already have the EA Sports games coming out and other third-party support. Not to mention the abundance of indie developers that will probably flock to the system. I know that Yooka-Laylee will be coming to the Switch and Stardew Valley 2. Those two games in particular, I'm super excited to play on the go. Like I said before, the portability of this system is really novel. Stardew Valley is so fun on the PC, but since I don't come home too often, I don't have a lot of time to play it. However, I do foresee myself playing Stardew Valley a lot on the Switch, as I do with Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey when it comes out, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 2, and so on. I can't say it enough, there's a lot of potential riding on the Switch. Whether that be the portability factor, the promising games coming out, or the good clear marketing, I think Nintendo's got something good on their hands. I sure hope Nintendo will prove me wrong and that the Switch will not be a failure. I'll reiterate it again, if the Switch is successful, it will only be beneficial to everyone. So we only have a couple more days until the Switch officially comes out. I got a lot of plans for the console. That was my notepad, because I've written all my ideas down. Some should be pretty entertaining, I hope. There's obviously gonna be a review of the console, a review of Breath of the Wild, 1-2 Switch, Super Bomberman R, and whatever other games come out that are exclusive to the Switch, and perhaps even one about the most anticipated game on the Switch. I hope you tune in next time for that kind of stuff, and I hope you enjoyed my little rambling on why I think the Switch is a good thing. This video was supposed to come out a little while ago, so I apologize for the delay. I've been having a couple issues with my stomach, which are all now sorted out, and school has been fairly busy lately, so I apologize for the lack of content. Hopefully things will speed up now. But as always, if you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.